Hello, I'm Frania Hall, the course leader for MA Publishing at the London College of Communication at the University of the Arts, London. In this presentation, I'll be going through the ethos of our MA Publishing groups. I'm an experienced publishing professional and also researcher in the area. I've published textbooks and research books in this, and I come from 20 years of experience in publishing, having left as a consultant and have running senior roles at a variety of different publishing sector companies. And all our staff have got publishing background, and some of them are design and still continue their design practices as well. Others are journalists. We've all worked in the industry, but we also now are researchers in the area. Some of our research interests are things like post-colonial industry, design and coding, small nation international publishing, zine production, creative collaboration. And what that means is that you've got a really rich range of expertise that you can draw upon through the course. So to give you a little bit of a flavour of how we look at publishing, I always like to use this quote by Michael Basker that publishing isn't a passive medium. It's an active process, it's a collaborative process, and it's a rich combination of theory and practice and industry knowledge. It's an industry-facing course, so we really do look at the way some of the creative things that we do operate within the industry. We cover books, journals, and magazines, and we can accommodate anything from looking at global conglomerates, the big international companies, through to niche, DIY, alternative media, those sorts of specialist areas. So we can accommodate all scales. The sorts of things that you do on our course is that we will give you a grounded and holistic understanding of the key functions and roles across different publishing sectors. And we'll also be giving you opportunities to apply that learning directly through publishing projects and challenges. And then as you work on your final major project, you'll become an expert in a particular area of interest, and you'll be conducting primary research as a way of exploring a particular challenge for the industry. The sorts of people who do our course really reflect how interdisciplinary this subject is. So we have students who come from English literature and other humanities. We have students who've done graphic design, photography and illustration, media studies and journalism students, languages and linguistics students. Some people have done multimedia production and product design. We also have people who've done law and science. It's an international student cohort. And what that means is a really fruitful group of people with different experiences and different talents that bring to this course so that you're building an interesting network from the get-go. We also are noted for our college-wide specialist facilities, which are particularly sort of prevalent in publishing, digital printing, print finishing, bookbinding and special effects like foiling, digital design and creative suites, so you get some of that Adobe experience, photography and podcast studios. We have a fantastic archive and special print collection. There's lots of other ways to explore things. So what you're doing is you're building a sort of literacy. You might not in the end actually go into a sort of printing department, but you really understand how that works through some experiential learning and having had a go with all these different sort of creative things. Collaboration is at the heart of publishing, so we obviously focus our attention on this, particularly helping you develop project management skills, which are really critical for this industry, connecting you with creative people, you're connecting with each other on the course, you're solving problems and taking decisions together, and you're developing areas of expertise through those collaborations in different publishing roles and functions, depending on what you're interested in. We're also very connected to the industry through our guest sessions, our series of regular lectures, masterclasses. We have situations where experts can come in and discuss your sort of work or how that dovetails with what they're doing in the industry, sessions on and advice on employability, special events and external visits, projects where you might work on real life examples, for instance, for doing marketing campaigns. You're developing your network all the time. The projects are sort of CV standard, we like to feel, and we do speed dating, meet the expert type things, and you'll also be thinking about your professional goal throughout the units. The industry is very keen on our type of student. We have talked to them about what it is they like about LCC students, and these are some of the things they say. Creative and collaborative, professional, engaged, forward-thinking, industry-facing and commercially minded, determined, curious, practical. Having worked on some of these projects through the course, you really get very proactive. You take the initiative. You have a global outlook. You're innovative, but you're realistic. You're diverse, and you can adapt. You have a good eye for detail, problem solving. Those are all the things that our industry partners say they really like about our types of students. And to give you an example of where students go on, what they go on to do, there are some traditional things, of course, editorial, marketing, rights, design, production roles in books and magazines in different sectors. People work their way through those sorts of roles to become senior leaders in the industry. But also, of course, we have people who are interested more in the freelance world, creative agency work, and developing their own businesses, maybe in photography books, for example. We like to emphasize that we are all about highly transferable skills. So I've got 3 little student journeys that give you a sense of how fluid you can be across the creative sector. One student started at Taschen, the art book publisher, went to the creative agency and magazine, It's Nice That, then on to Pottermore, the Harry Potter digital site, and is now at Warner Brothers developing Harry Potter theme parks. Journey 2, reflecting more the magazine side. Somebody started off doing design in business-to-business magazines, went into Condé Nast and worked her way to being the Tatler art editor, then wanted to move on and moved into sort of brand work with House of Hackney and his freelance business now. And the third example is somebody who went into the publisher Orion, then built up her experience on educational publishing and digital skills at Pearson, and moved then, because of this combination of skills, to the RA magazine, where she worked on the education and children's side, and then now is at the Take Kids. So you can see quite an interesting range of directions. But of course, we are an MA course. Publishing research sits at the centre of it. We are ourselves all researchers working at the cutting edge of this area. And just to feature a couple of our students who won awards for their final projects, and the awards were presented at London Book Fair. The topics that they covered was, one was looking at using publishing concepts to activate archives. That involved an event. And the other person examined sustainability practices in publishing, and that's really driven her role now as a senior sustainability manager in Penguin Random House. The types of teaching and learning sort of activities and experiences that you get also reflect how we blend the theories with the practical understanding of the industry and the professional skills. So some of the things you'll actually do for assessments will help you in that professional world, like campaign pitches, industry reports. But you'll also be doing theory essays, of course, and building to your final major project, which is a really serious piece of primary research methodology, which could also lead to further academic work if that's something that of interest to you. You'll also be working on collaborative projects and producing some publications from that. There are many MA courses out there. So why us? Well, these are the things that we feel make us stand out. We're creative, comprehensive, connected, and collaborative. We're enterprising and experimental. We have employability through everything we do. We're hands-on, so you're building practical experience, and that always gives you confidence. Whatever area it is, that gives you the confidence because you've sort of done it. We are rigorous at combining theory and practice. We're very conscious that we want you to develop your understanding of the theoretical point of view as well. You'll have literacy across different sort of technologies and opportunities through the course to take your own direction, choosing sort of assessments that feature the sort of areas that you're interested in. And we're very flexible and can support a wide variety of projects. So finally, what should you put in a personal statement? We're looking for that understanding that this is a master's course, and also that you have had a bit of a thought about where publishing is going. We want you to reflect on any experience that makes you think a bit about publishing, although we do not expect you to have any actual direct work experience in publishing, but you may have done something that influences your thinking about publishing. And also, we're interested to make sure that you are good at working independently. This is a master's course after all, but also collaboratively, because that's at the heart of publishing. And then we have a word limit on that for 500 words. And that covers everything. I hope that has been a helpful summary of the course. And thank you very much.